Hello, hello, hello. Testing mode begins. I have a slightly different setup this time, so I need to see if it is working. It actually seems like it might be working okay. It seems a little bit less laggy on Twitch compared to the usual, at least. Let me see here. Or is it going to be the same problem? About to find out. Need to just move around, see how it's loading. Okay, it does seem like it's lagging anyway. Still says unstable. I really don't understand what that's about. Why? Let me see here. Twitch Inspector. I mean, the Twitch Inspector says stable. But the thing on actual Twitch says unstable. I don't understand. I genuinely don't know why that's not working properly. Yeah, I don't know. It actually seems like it might be worse than before. Is it? God damn it. Is it laggy? Is it not working right? Seems like it isn't. Why does this always suck? Okay, now it looks okay. Yeah, whatever. You know what? I'm just gonna hope that it's fine. Why is my chat here not working? Um, Need to check that. Uh, Checking if everything is fine is always so annoying. I pop out the chat. Give me you. Replace you. Apply. Okay, now it should be good. Okay, well, anyway, I'm gonna close that. Hopefully everything is working fine. I think it is. Hey there. Wow, I have no idea how to say that. Should I even attempt it? Or maybe you could tell me how to pronounce that. Ni ketut adi sri. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I have no idea. If you could write it out phonetically, then I will try. But I have no idea how to say that. Okay, well, anyway, today, what is our goal today? Hey, Divya, hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, hey, so today what we're going to be doing is script writing. I don't feel very well today. I feel a little bit sick. Hello. But I figured, I was even thinking of if I was going to stream today. And I convinced myself that I should anyway. I wanted this to be a daily thing. So I figured I'll just go for it. So here I am. So today I thought we'll focus a little bit on script writing. You're from India. Cool. How are things in India? What is it that you do? Is it for work or something? I feel like asking just how a country is kind of a lame question. So what do you do for work? That's a better question. Um, yeah, so I needed to do scripts for my reels for the next week, and I don't know how well I will actually be able to do with them, but I will try. Because, like I said, I don't feel too great, but something's got to be done. So, I'm originally from Lithuania, but I lived most of my life in Ireland, and now I live in Spain. I recently moved. Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to think of where to even start. I was also thinking of fixing some of the personalization modules for ChatGPT that we had in our lead scraper. Um, might do that later, but we'll start scripts. So I'm gonna make a new document here. I should update this text as well. Writing scripts for social media. There we go. Do you have a GF? That's a very personal question. Why do you ask? If you give me a good reason for why I should answer, I will answer. Okay, writing scripts for social media. So here is our document scripts. Let me fit this in the screen. There we go. It fits perfectly fine on the desktop. It's just some streaming vertical as well. I am trying to fit it in the vertical screen too. Trying to make it as big as possible as well. Okay, that looks fine. So I have some scripts, like some ideas already written. Usually, I like to write down my ideas throughout the week as I come up with them. And so I'm gonna try to play off of that. Um, yeah, cool. Don't know why I'm so thirsty. So let me open up this document I have. Here we go. Cool. So let us go down to scripts. Thought that would be funny. You know, it's kind of annoying sometimes with social media stuff because I always think like people always say to pick a particular niche that you want to stay in. But it's so annoying that you have to do that because like I'm not the kind of person who, hey Mohammed, what's up, man? I'm not the kind of person who is only good at like one thing. Like I'm not like a one personality sort of guy. So for somebody like me, it's kind of annoying having to stick with one niche. Like I like business stuff. I enjoy it. But I don't really want my entire social media presence to be about that because that's just not who I am. You know, but at the same time it's like if my goal is to try and monetize it, which I really it really isn't, but like I'd like some of that, you know, I'd like some people to be able to find me that actually are interested in the service I provide. So it's difficult to kind of wrestle with that. I think I think to myself, do I want to spend most of my time trying to monetize it? Or do I want to spend most of my time just trying to build an audience of people that like me for how I am? Because I really like to just be myself, you know, fully, and that includes a bunch of different stuff, not just business related. So, yeah, I wrestle with that sometimes. I'm not sure of what exactly to do. Is your YouTube channel new? It's fairly new. I only started a few months ago. And I've mostly been making shorts just for like upkeep. I kind of started it as like a side project because when I started doing my business and started working on it, I thought, you know what, I might as well start doing social media too, maybe get some clients from that. But then a little bit into it, I kind of changed my mind. I was like, you know what, I just kind of want to build my presence because I've never been on social media. I never did much. I had like a small YouTube channel when I was younger where I did like weird challenges and stuff, but I've never like actually had a proper presence and it wasn't under my name. So I thought I'll just start doing it. Why not? And then recently I started thinking, you know what, since I'm doing this business thing, might as well try to show everything that's happening because I've never seen that done before. So I thought that it'd be interesting. So here I am. I'm now streaming. If I had some more time, I would make some videos too, but with editing and such, it's such a pain in the ass. I really don't like editing very much. Like, it's fine if you don't have other stuff to do, but to spend all day editing and making videos when it's not my primary concern. If it was a full-time job, I wouldn't mind it as much. But just doing it as an extra is very, I don't know what the right word is. It just feels like a waste of time. And it's very stressful because I know that it's detracting from more important duties. So yes, that is it is a new channel then. I hope success for you. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, you can be part of that if you wish. I'll remember you if you stick around and I do get some success in social media. Why does it keep giving this like #1 symbol next to your name? You know, you could be, maybe it's insinuating you can be the #1 fan. It already knows, the algorithm has already determined this. Where are you from, Mohammed? What's your life like? Anything interesting going on? Let's see, what ideas did I write down on my phone? I usually like to write down ideas as soon as they come to me. Not all of them are social media friendly, though. Well, maybe that's the wrong way to say it. Almost all of it is social media friendly, but it wouldn't be very friendly for me because it's a little controversial at times. I press subscribe and maybe maybe #1 is because I have more than 1K subscribers. I have no idea. Maybe it's just because you're doing the most amount of comments, but I don't even think that's the case. I'm not sure. Maybe you're right. Maybe that is how that works. Not sure. What do you do on your channel? How'd you get your 1K? Or is it just like from having the account for a long time or something? I see a lot of people have that sometimes, or they just have their account for like 10 or 15 years and they just get a bunch of subs from just random sources. From Palestine, but born in Jordan. Ah, cool. What's Palestine like? Are you guys doing okay over there with all of the war stuff going on? I don't want to get too controversial, but it's pretty sad whenever war happens on any side. I'm from Lithuania. I live in Spain now, though, and I spent most of my life in Ireland, so I usually associate myself more with Ireland. Oh yeah, I want to. You know what? This is actually this thing. This idea is from today. I forgot that I even wrote it. It's related to the medical field. How? So I've been feeling kind of ill today, and I was getting mad uh, at thinking about the medical field, and I was complaining about how I hate that it feels like doctors are absolutely useless when it comes to your general health. Like if it's something surgical or it's something um what was the other thing I said? If it was surgical or emergency care, then they're useful. But for anything related to general health, they're absolutely useless. The like if you have any problem that's not like broken bone or some kind of illness, like a virus or bacteria or something, then they're useless. The literally every time I have any problem like that, and I try to find out, okay, well, what's happening? They're like, oh, don't know why this happens. Don't know what these symptoms mean. Don't know why this disease occurs. We don't have a cure for it. Here's some medicine. It'll make you feel better. Literally, that's what happens every single time. And it is the most infuriating thing. What ends up happening is you have to do your own research. And for some goddamn reason, whenever you start researching your own symptoms because the doctors clearly don't care, and you use Google to try and figure out what the hell is wrong with you, some people just start calling you some brainless troglodyte. I hate it. It's so infuriating for me. Actually, I don't have ideas about content. I just post what I like. Fair enough. Ah, man, my internet's weak and my English is not so good, so I can't hear you clearly and cannot understand. Is it that I'm speaking too fast, or is it that I don't know. What is it? Maybe I could try to speak a little bit slower. I try to enunciate myself well, but sometimes when I get a little bit too passionate, I can go a little bit off the rails and speak a little bit too fast. Okay, so that's a post idea I wanted to write down. So let me transfer this to my Word document here. So I'm just gonna write down everything that I wrote down. Oh, it's about me. I'm Arabic, so my English language not very good, you know. Well, you know, best way to learn is to just listen. You get better over time. I definitely can't speak a word of Arabic, so you have me beat there. Arabic seems very confusing to me. I also some of these notes might be a little bit unhinged because I just write it down as it comes to my head. So we're gonna change it up a little bit. Developed. I have a problem that's not related to a virus, bacteria, or fungus. I'm pretty much always told it just happens. What do you do for work, Mohammed? Let me zoom in a little bit more since borders are fine. Make it a little bit easier to read. Just happens. I guess actually, what am I doing? I'm stupid. I can just increase the font size. And that'll make it easier to read for everyone. More than zooming in will. There we go. It just happens. No one knows why it happens, what causes it, or anything. Just give you medicine to make you feel better. It's like the purpose. I lost where I was reading. The hell? Like the purpose of a doctor isn't to cure you, but to make living with your problems less painful. I don't have a job actually. It's hard here in Jordan to find a job. How are you surviving then? Are you living with your family? Did you I'm assuming too much. I don't even know how old you are. Did you go to college? Or are you in school? I don't really know anything. Painful. Why is it so difficult to find out the root cause of these problems? I also don't get why every time I go to the doctor, they don't even seem to care what's wrong with me. Very detailed notes of what I go through, but they literally never care. Ask like 2 to 3 generic questions, come up with a diagnosis, and tell me to fuck off. I'm 22 and I'm looking for a job. I'm not in college. You don't want to go to college? What do you want to do for work? If you could pick your dream job, what would it be? No, it's Deborah's. I get it a lot. So many people think that it's Deborah. It's fine. It's not. I don't blame you. But yeah, no, the S is pronounced. It's Deborah's. That's what happens when your name is made up like mine. Doesn't exist. I'm not real, actually. I'm just a figment of your imagination. I'm AI. My name is AI. Everything is AI. This microphone is AI. That book back there, AI. Everything is fake. At this point, I can't wait until AI takes over. So true. Their jobs. Because it seems like it can connect the dots way better. Any human can't. So true. Me from a few hours ago was spitting facts. It's not surgical or emergency care. You're pretty much on your own. Even then, everyone always shits on you for doing your own research. You're some kind of retarded troglodyte. If you research your own issues on Google because your doctor doesn't even try to fix it. So true. So true. This font might be a little too big. I'm gonna just make it a tiny bit smaller. I can't go to college because I need money, and I already didn't finish high school diploma because some family things happened. Oh, that's a shame. Is there no way you can go back to finish? I'm 23. Right, then the other thing I was thinking of doing in terms of scripts actually is I wanted to make videos detailing my life story and kind of how I got into trying to start up this business. Because I was trying to hide it for a long time because I was a little afraid that my family would find out. And they'd be disappointed or worried about me. But essentially what I did was I was working in audit and I was studying to be a chartered accountant, and that was the career that I was planning to pursue. But I just wasn't really happy with it. When AI started becoming a lot more popular, I just figured, I can't keep going through this. I don't want to do this. I want to, do my own job. I don't really like the career that much. So I thought I got to do something on my own. So what I did was I grabbed all of the money that I had saved up. I had a decent amount of savings, and I decided to move country, leave everything behind, my whole family, my career, everything, move country to a country where I don't speak the language, And I started trying to get this business running. And I have about 5 grand left in my bank account. And I have to make it work. And I estimate that that can run me for about another 90 days. So I have about 90 days and 5 grand in my bank account to get my business up and running, or I'm basically shit out of luck. So I thought I'd make a series about that because I thought that that would be interesting. I think people might want to follow along with that because that's just my situation in life, you know. And I'm not lying, I'm not exaggerating. I can show my bank account. I live on my own in Spain. Well, I live with my girlfriend, but I live in Spain, and I don't have any other source of income. So, you know, it's risky, but I had to do it. You know, I had to do it. Just some of you will understand. I had to do it. So I thought of turning that into like a fun little story that, you know, 90 days to make some money or my life is over. Well, not literally over, but, you know, I'd have to probably move back in with my parents. It'd be difficult on me and my girlfriend. We have a dog too. That would be really difficult. And I just don't want to do that. Like, you know, I wouldn't go homeless. I was thinking of maybe saying in the series that it's I make this amount of money in 90 days or I go homeless. But I feel like that'd be kind of lying. I mean, I guess it is technically homeless. You know, I'm an adult. I should have my own house. So living with my family is kind of like being homeless, but I still have a place to stay. So I just thought that that's a little disingenuous. So I don't think I'm going to title it that. But I want to create some kind of urgency because it is urgent. Like, I just need to be able to figure out how to phrase it right. Because it would still be a really, really awful situation for me to have to go back and to go back to that career. So, yeah. Might start working on some of the scripts for that. I need to translate what you write here. Just give me a minute. All good. Go for it. Although I have to move on a little bit, so I'll try to keep it at the top for now. Yeah. Content series. Quit my job, moved country, left everything behind. Build my life, that's mine. Just 5,000 left in my bank. I have about 3 months left. Brother, you're right here as well. Medicine is very weak in Jordan, and every doctor says something different from the other, not to mention the doctor's method, which is basically horrible. Yeah, it sucks. And I hate that the way that the medical industry is built is that the doctors, well, this is one of my least favorite things, is that the doctors have to give you something. So whenever you go to the doctor, they don't like telling you that there's nothing wrong with you, even when there isn't. Or they, you know, don't want it to be a problem that's not easily solvable. So if you go with some obscure illness that you don't know about, chances are the first course of treatment they're going to give you is some kind of generic medicine, like an antibiotic or something. They're not even going to try to figure out what's wrong with you. They're not going to send you to do tests of any kind until you're like dying. And I hate that. I wish I could just go to a doctor and go like, okay, I have pain here, say in my chest. I want to get an x-ray. I want to get an MRI. I want to know what's wrong with me. No, they will tell you to fuck off unless you're actually dying. I hate that. Sucks. Hope you get what you want. I hope so too. I'm going to try. That's what this whole thing is going to be about. I'm going to try. And if I fail, it's going to be a big setback. But I'm never going to stop trying. it'll just be, I'll have to take a break, but I'll keep trying. About 3 months left to make my business work before I run out of money. I said and become homeless, but I don't think I'll include that. Like I said, I think it's being a little bit disingenuous. I mean, maybe it's not like I literally will have to move. So it's not really, but whatever. Also mention I'm streaming the whole process on YouTube. I should turn this into a series. Yeah, I already wrote that. Draft title, 90 days to make 2K per month, or I go homeless. Again, I will change that. It's just writing down what I've written. All of these draft notes, like I said, are just coming off the top of my head. So I'm gonna have to rewrite them. That's the whole point of this stream. So I kind of like the idea of doing stuff so transparently. I remember when I was younger, I mean, even now, kind of, whenever I get really into watching somebody I like, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch or even some kind of movie, I don't know why, but I always want to find out a lot about their lives. I become very interested in it. And I always want to see, like, what is it that they actually do? What are their thought processes? What are the mistakes they make? How do they actually go about thinking of everything? And I thought, I never get to see that because people don't do that. People don't like to be transparent fully. People don't like sharing the private side of their life, which makes sense. People don't like being authentic. So I thought I kind of wanted to try do the thing I always wish I could have seen from others. That maybe if some people find me entertaining or like things about me, they might be interested in what my life is kind of about. So that's why I decided to start streaming all of the important stuff that I'm doing, in the hope that maybe I can be for someone what I wish other people were for me. That I wish I could have seen some of those behind the scenes things, So yeah, so these are like just genuine, unfiltered thoughts. I'm writing down what I have on my phone. You can see here are all of my notes. It's kind of shining off of the light. Here are my notes. And I have a bunch of these. And I'm literally just writing down stuff I write down on my phone during the day. I'm not going to include all of it, though. Some of it is a little controversial. And I would probably get in trouble on social media if I spoke about everything. But I'm going to try my best. Still more than most people show. So yeah. Same with the business. That was the idea behind streaming the business stuff. There's a lot of gurus which talk about how to start your own business and try to teach you what to do and like where to get started and stuff. But most of them, I talked about this yesterday. In my opinion, most of them are creating mindset advice content disguised as educational content. So it makes you feel like you're learning something, but you're not really. It's all mindset stuff. It's all mindset tricks, how you should think about certain things, how you should, think about finding solutions and stuff. And that has some value, but what I don't like is that they're being inauthentic as to why they are doing that. It's fine if you are giving mindset advice when it is mindset advice, but whenever you say something like how to start a 30,000 a month business, but then the video is all about mindset, I find that to be really inauthentic. And it feels like you're just lying to your audience. I really don't like that. So that's my opinion when it comes to that. Hi, bro. Your content very amazing and nice. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm trying to make it interesting. I'm actually gonna go for a second. I need to fill up my water. I don't know why I'm so thirsty. So I'll be back in just a second. Hey, I'm back. You need money? No, brother. It's all good, man. Of course not. Don't be crazy. The best thing that you could do is just keep me company. That's all I ask. If you're not busy doing anything else, that is. It's either keep me company or go do something absolutely amazing. Give some kind of amazing value to the world. That's all I want you to do. Or watch me. One of those two. Okay. Brother, I need money also, but if that helped you. No, brother, don't. It's all good, man. You keep that. I appreciate that you seem to have a very kind heart. But like I said, either I'd love you to do one of two things. One, do something absolutely amazing for the world, for other people. Be an amazing human being. Try to create something to help others, or try to spread love and positivity. Or watch every second of my content. I'm just joking. Okay, what's the next thing we're writing down? One of those posts. Cut to the chat where I type it in. Gives the response. It's actually super weird and funny and makes no sense. I might not do that this week. Since I don't get a lot of time, I usually stick to just word stuff where I don't really need to edit because it's quick. So I might not do that this week. I'm just writing it down. Take your time, brother. Yeah, well, the time is all we got. Time is all we got. Yeah, that could be a good video as well. Make a post where I use some music person watching something, calling lazy, brainless, or something to catch their attention. Then cut the camera being closer up. My tone becomes sweet, and I explain everything calmly and give them some kind of takeaway. Music. Music. What do you mean you want company? I mean that just spending time together, being able to talk to you, you know, and talk to somebody. That's what I mean by that. Some kind of take. Yeah, I imagine that would probably translate weird. Could become passenger. Let it go, or let her go. Full video should be around 10 20 seconds. Okay. This is a little bit controversial, but maybe not sure if I will do that. I'm already doing that. At 3, most delusional decisions I've ever seen. Here's another one. Why don't adults want to play childhood games? Why is everyone pretending they don't want to? I love to still play tag. Tag and red light, green light, and and all of the other games we'd play as kids. It's a shame that when you grow up, one becomes so serious. I still enjoy running and jumping around. Why does no one else seem Okay, you're right. We have to do something good in the earth. Yeah, exactly. This is kind of my way of trying to do something good for people. Because I imagine some people, the ultimate goal here is that hopefully I succeed in getting the business running, which I really, really will try my best to try and get it done. And I'm going to be streaming everything so that some people who find my stuff will be able to copy me, or at least learn a lot from it, from all the mistakes I made and everything that I did, and it will help them understand what they actually have to do to get started. That's my goal. And I would hope that I would help some people live a very good life because of that. Besides that, I actually, well, just with my business, I want to help people advertise their businesses. That's another thing. It's my way of doing good for the world. That was actually one of the biggest reasons why I quit my job, because I didn't feel like I was doing, like I was that valuable. So, bro, thank you. I'll try to make videos like that. It's an amazing idea. Thank you. Yeah, go for it. I mean, if you have something that you're really good at right now, you could just make videos teaching people every step of the way, not just everything that works, not just all the amazing stuff, but all the shitty parts too, all of the mistakes you make, all of the problems that you have. You know, go for it. Give me a sec. I'm going to turn on the AC because I'm really hot. AC activated. Okay, I'm going to take off my headphones for a bit because they are hurting my head. I don't like wearing headphones. Nothing's playing in them anyway. Okay. Cool. Let me delete this stuff off my phone. Bro. Yes, bro. What's up? country. Yes. That. Probably not gonna do this one yet. Delete that. Okay. Right. Now I'm gonna organize some of these. Bro, you can't earn money from YouTube channel because you need 4K hours and 1K subscribers. This is true. You are correct. But that's not my main business type. What I'm doing with my business is I am running a digital marketing agency, and I want to help companies get more customers by running ads for them. So, I mean, this YouTube thing is just a side project. It's not my main thing. If it works, it works. But I want to feel like I can accomplish something other than that. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I just feel the need to kind of prove to myself that I can make money online. You know? Brother, I really want to help you. I mean, you're welcome to, I don't know how you could, but you're welcome to offer suggestions as to how you think you could. I guess you could tell your friends. That's the best way to help. I'm gonna blow my nose, so give me 1 second. Here we go. Nose has no mucus left. Now we can get back to this. I'm gonna organize these into my sheet. So these are all probably gonna be raw face to cam, and then the content series will get its own document. Face to cam. 3. Where's it heading to? No, it's fine. I see you are good. I see you are have a good mind, like a good dream. So my YouTube channel can earn money already. I already make 4K hours. Well, I mean, I can give you my channel if you like, and go ahead. I don't. There's no need. I appreciate that. I think you're a very lovely person for offering that. But sometimes I think you just have to go through the journey yourself, you know? Like, if I don't get subscribers, or if I don't get partnered, then I don't deserve it. That's how I see it. I don't want to, like, force my way into a position I don't think I have earned, if that makes sense. It's the same way with, like, I would not want to win the lottery. I don't want to be rich. My goal is not that. My goal is to know I can be the person that can accomplish that. And it's the same with this. It's like, it's really lovely of you to offer that. But to me, the journey of getting to that point is really important. And if I don't make it there, then that's a problem with me. And if I can only make it there with, you know, without my own merit 100%, then I won't feel good about it. I hope that makes sense. But I really appreciate you offering. That's very sweet of you. So thank you for that, Mohammed. You have a very good heart. Unless you're secretly a murderer. Sometimes that happens. I'm just kidding. I don't believe that. But sometimes really, really nice people have something that is like really scarily bad about them. Like if you, a lot of people who are horrible people are very charismatic, seem very sweet on the surface. But no, I believe you have a good heart. I'm just making a joke. Instead of writing out like that, I'll just do it here. Where's my heading 3? Please do cam go industry stocks. Okay, I'm glad you understand. I'm gonna have to fix all the fonts. Okay, so there's that. Content series. I should turn this into its own document. So let's go to 90 days to make 2K per month. Series. Actually, I wanted to help you with anyway because I see you have a good mind, you have a good goal, bro. If you want to, I will. The only help I would accept is if you share it with your friends. I will take that because that's fair. So if you want to do that, that would be appreciated. But other than that, it's okay. It's all good, and I respect you for offering that. Okay, 90 days to do that. I'm gonna copy this into here. Probably not gonna work on this much today, but there's that. Okay. Now, edited if that if you level. I'll share your channel with my brother. Well, thank you. I would appreciate that. I'm sure your brother is a great man as well, just like you. How old's your brother? Do you have Instagram? Can we be friends? Sure. Yeah, I have Instagram. You can look up my name. It's the same name on Instagram. 20 years old. Oh, nice. I always wish I had a brother. Well, I do, but we don't see each other. We're half brothers. My family split when I was pretty young, and my father had a child a few years ago. So we're like very far apart in years. He's only like 2 or 3, somewhere there, and we don't get to see each other because we live very far away. So maybe someday, when I'm like 40 and he's 20, we can have like a proper conversation. But it's a shame. I've always wanted a brother that's around my age, but what can you do? That's life. I have a very close friend, which I consider to be almost like a brother. So that's the best I have. And I'm grateful for that, at least. No, that's not edited. Well, no, that's more edited. Crazy Too calm. I understand you, brother. Yeah. Do you guys have a good relationship together? Do you do a lot of stuff together? Do you spend time together much? Do you talk a lot? That's gonna be a mostly edited video, probably. I don't like these edited videos. Really rather focus on ones I can record fast. I always wondered if people could come to the stream and just steal some ideas or some scripts if I write them and just use them themselves. There's always a risk of that, but no, that'd be kind of funny actually. Imagine coming across a viral video that you wrote that somebody else did before you. That would be quite funny. Not to say any of these would go viral, I don't think they would, but it would just be funny. And these aren't full scripts yet, but when they are, you know. That's a raw face to cam. Why don't adults want to play childhood games? All right. There's that. All of these over here. Yes. Now I kind of want to move them. Okay, I'll send you a message so we can talk later. I will tell you that I don't spend a lot of time on social media. So if I don't respond often, don't get offended. It has nothing to do with you. I just don't spend a lot of time online like that because I'm very busy. So just letting you know. But it's all good. Okay, now I'm gonna move some of these posts. I have this separate screen where I'm like where I organize all of my stuff. So this is just the main thing that you're seeing on the left, but that's not what I'm looking at. Okay, brother, it's okay. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know. It's just I'm making sure that I'm putting that out there because when I had an Instagram account like 10 years, no, it wasn't 10 years, like 7 years ago now. I had an Instagram account where I was doing fitness content and I had a lot of people messaging me a lot and some of them would get really upset that I wouldn't like text them back for a long time. So, you know, I think they just don't realize sometimes that it's like, you know, I'm busy. So I just thought I should mention it. Thank you for your kind. Yeah, I try to be kind. I try my best. Although I can be a little mean sometimes too. I would say I'm usually a kind person, but I'm also not afraid to like speak my opinions. But it's not, it's like the way I say things can sometimes come across as being mean and insensitive, but to me it's just honest. Like I don't like the whole game of trying to hide how I think and what I think. So sometimes I can be very offensive to some people. Some people don't like that. But I try to be kind. I was gonna make another point. That's why I made that weird face, but I changed my mind. That's a decent stopping point. Okay. So, what else do I have here? Okay. So I don't have a lot of ideas here, unfortunately, that I can use now. So I could talk about this now. It's been a little while since this happened. But yeah, I'm gonna delete all of these now. And since I moved them to a different sheet, and we will start fresh with actually writing the script. So those were just the ideas I wrote down. So now we'll actually put into practice the writing of these scripts. Just making this more visible for myself. And I'm not too quiet, I hope. I'm speaking a little bit quietly sometimes. I don't know how well the microphone picks it up. Based on how close I am, I'm not sure. I think the microphone always sounds much better when I'm closer to it, but it's kind of hard to stay at this distance to it. My voice is also just kind of tired. I normally have a deeper voice, but whenever it gets tired, it starts to get a little bit higher and raspier. Oh. Okay. So, I could talk about this. It might be a little bit quiet for the actual... Oh, I hope that wasn't audible. Might have been. That was really loud. Yeah, I showed on a different live stream before that my microphone is attached to this like metal coffee table, not to my actual table, because I was moving it around a lot, and then it was a whole story. Like the thing that you use to screw it up broke, and yeah, now I'm a little afraid to take it off in case I can't put it back on. So I'm just carrying this coffee table around with me every time I go anywhere. Yeah, so there's that. I was wondering maybe one of the days we could do some kind of stream on whiteboard. Maybe I could explain some of my experiences in something. But that would be kind of unrelated to the whole like building your business thing. So it might be kind of like a different stream. The only reason I'm really doing this is because it's like, well, it's not the only reason. I don't know why I prefaced it by saying that, but the biggest reason I can do it is because it's like I'm just doing my usual duties anyway, but I'm streaming some of them. And obviously that does slow me down, and that's part of the reason why I only stream for like 2 to 3 hours, because I spend the rest of the time doing stuff that I need more focus on, and I actually need to, yeah, just focus on. I know I just said that, but I couldn't think of another adjective for it. So yeah, that's that. Because when you're streaming, it's a little hard to focus at times. But yeah, it's okay. And then whenever I work off stuff off stream, then the next day I kind of talk about what I did off stream, if I did anything new. Most of the time, it's like we build something on stream, where we're going through something on stream, and off stream I kind of finish it and I improve it. So it's the same kind of thing. So you still see the process of how it's done, just not every second of it, because that would probably slow me down a lot if I streamed every minute of everything I'm doing. So Anyway. Sorry that I'm being a little bit quiet and uninteresting today. Like I said, I don't feel too great. Felt like I was getting ill. So I just decided to stream anyway because I made like a sort of small pledge to myself that I want to stream this every day. So yeah, I say that a lot. I've just noticed, I'm kind of becoming self-aware about it. I end a lot of thought processes with but yeah or so yeah. But yeah, so yeah. Nice. And I really felt like saying it again, like but yeah, so yeah. So yeah. It's deeply ingrained in my psyche. All right, so this is the one we're gonna edit first. So sometimes what I like to do is I like to add my preliminary scripts, so my drafts, into ChatGPT and see what it comes up with. And then sometimes I use some of what it says, sometimes I don't, but it can help get some ideas. So it saves a little bit of time. Ultimately, it's still like my thoughts and the way I speak. You can clearly tell that in the content I produce. At least I hope. Some dude texted me one time saying I was AI. That hurt a little bit, I won't lie. I don't like when people say that. But yeah. Okay, well. All right, so here is a draft script. Let's see if it gives any good ideas. It's a bit slow sometimes. Oh, I can change stream on the fly. Kind of wish I could hold it for both, but alas. It seems like as soon as I started doing the vertical streams, that the horizontal streams get pushed less. I was wondering what this comment was for, but there's nothing on it. Why is ChatGPT not generating anything? Come on. Chop chop, bro. I'm waiting. There you go. Oh. Right. So that's shit. Can you give book? Guess I might as well show what I'm doing. Most of the doing is just waiting. So oh, great. I love when that happens. I think that usually means that my chat is getting too long. That sucks. This one tiny mistake cost me 3 potential clients. That was actually, I shit you not, that was what I was thinking of in my head of writing. The third one sounds kind of, you know what, the third one might be better. I kind of like the third one more. I redesigned my whole site and broke the most important part. Here's how I accidentally ghosted 3 leads. You ever assume something just works and then it doesn't? And it absolutely doesn't. I kind of like that. It's a little more relatable. It's more like it has wider kind of reach. Because saying I lost 3 leads like that, or 3 potential clients, that's a very business oriented thing, so it's not going to have as much reach. Yeah. The fourth one I quite like as well. See, it's kind of like this is the thing that I was talking about earlier, that I'm kind of wrestling with. Do I make my content always business oriented, so I only bring in people that are business oriented? Or do I try to have higher reach? So then I could, you know, reach more people. Maybe some of those be business oriented and might be interested in what I'm offering. Or maybe just whatever. Maybe I should just keep this whole social media thing separate and just not rely on getting clients with it. I kind of just want to keep it broad and see how that goes. Anytime I make something that's more broad and I can tell will have more mass appeal, it always does. So I was thinking of kind of just leaning into that. And I might not get much out of it, but it seems fun. So I think I will keep it broad. So let's go with ever assume something just works and then it absolutely it doesn't. That's what when I was. That's another thing I talked about earlier, which is very evident here. Like it's been an hour ish since I started streaming, an hour 12 minutes, but I spent the first while just trying to get the stream up and running. So it's been an hour, and all I have done is write down like 6 of my notes from my phone to my computer. That's what I mean when sometimes stuff takes a little bit too long, and I imagine if the chat was full, it would probably be even worse because I just wouldn't stop talking to people because I liked it. I like to do it. I like talking to people. So that's a little concerning, but that's also why I said that I can't stream every second of the process because then I won't get anything done. Because I stream for 2 to 3 hours, but I work on the business for like another 8 or 9 hours after that. So makes up for it. Unless I can. Like recently, it's actually the amount of work I've been doing has been slowing down. Because the thing that I really have left to do mostly is start outreach, and I'm waiting for my email domain to warm up so I can start sending messages. And well, no, that's not necessarily true. I did spend a lot of time yesterday finishing my onboarding form and getting more competent and confident with what I'm going to do during the onboarding process. So that helped a lot. That was an important thing that I did on stream. It didn't seem like something important, but it was important, and it's going to make a difference. I remember after I ended yesterday, I felt a lot more confident with what I was going to do. So I was worrying about, the whole setting up ad accounts and shit and how I'm going to go about it and stuff. So now at least I have an inclination as to what I'm doing and the process I need to go through to do it. So that's that. Yes. So now, let's see what else it comes up with. I decided to go with for free. Can you play off that with the script draft I provided and write an engaging version which retains it broad as I want the post to I might as well show this. The chat lagging is so annoying. I might have to start a new chat because of it. Which retains attention. What was I writing? I go number 3. Can you play off that with a JavaScript writer and write an engaging version which retains attention? Keep it. God, my whole train of thought disappeared. I hate when that happens. It's like when you walk into a different room and just whatever you thought you had to do in that room just disappears. I had that same thing happen and I didn't even go to a different room. Crazy. Turning senile. It fucking got lobotomized in the middle of my fucking thought process. Yeah, I want the post to have as wide of a reach as possible. So write it with this in mind. Probably not gonna go for too long today. Probably finish up at around 5. So from the looks of it, we're not gonna get much done at all. Come on. You're really gonna make me restart my chat? But it knows so much of my personality by now. It'd be such a shame to restart the chat without all of the context that it remembers. Maybe there's a way to save it. You know, there probably is a way to export the context. But there's so much, so I don't think that would help much. Maybe it would. But yeah, it is slow. It is very slow now. So I'll see after it generates this. Maybe I will restart a chat. Yeah, there goes again. Page unresponsive. Definitely hitting some limits here. I hate that whenever you're sick, your brain just works so poorly. It's so slow. Literally like you got a fucking lobotomy. Like it just I start it's like those fucking clapping monkeys in your head, you know, it just becomes that. You just look like a zombie with your mouth open, fucking drooling everywhere. That's how it feels. Hope the stream quality is good because every time I check it, it looks like it's lagging, and then 1 second it's fine, and then 1 second it says it's unstable. OBS is saying there's no dropped frames, so you know I gotta listen to that. But on Twitch, when I check on Twitch, it looks like shit, so it's just very confusing. It kind of just looks like the post I already wrote. Let's see, it's not much different. All right, let's get to refining this then. So I was redesigning. Actually, maybe that's not what I should start with. Let me take a look at what's here first. We made all my forms, prepared a video sales letter. Since I had made forms before, I didn't test it, so I assume it worked fine. So I was redesigning my website recently. I was redesigning my website recently. with a new offer I made. Yeah. A website recently with a new offer I made. Process improved my forms as well. My forms and overall design as well. Improved my forms as well and overall. And the process improved my forms as well. Improved design of my forms as well. I set up a new opt-in form for a training video. I set up a new opt-in form for a free training video on getting new clients. So people could type in their email to get the free training. I set up a new form. Set up a new form for new form for free training video on getting new clients, so people could type in their email to get the free training. Now I've made forms before, so I didn't it. I just assumed it worked fine. I just assumed I've done this before. I'm sure it works fine. Sure works fine. Yes. So by you. Done this before. I'm sure works fine. Next day, I checked my analytics. I got a few page visits. Got a few page visits. And saw that 3 people actually tried to submit the form, but it didn't work. Weird. And a few pages, 3 people actually tried to submit the form, but it didn't work. Was confused as to why it wasn't working. Then it hit me. Hit me. There's a setting on my website that blocks form submissions unless you add the cap. And of course, I turned that on weeks ago and completely forgot. And of course, I turned that on weeks ago and completely forgot about it. Forgot about it. One guy literally had the tab open for 15 minutes trying to submit. One guy literally had the tab open for 15 minutes trying to resubmit. He really tried. He really wanted that video. Moral of the story here is moral of the story here is test is always test everything. Even if you've done it 100 times. Something will break. Sometimes something will break. Even expected. If you're building a business too and learning the hard way like me, follow along. I'm sharing everything through up, fix, and figure out. All right, now let's go through it again. You ever assume something just works and then it absolutely doesn't? So I was redesigning my website recently with a new offer I made recently. That's kind of unnecessary. So I was redesigning my website recently and in the process improved the design of my forms as well. I set up a new form for a free training video on getting new clients so people could type in their email to get the free training. Now I've made forms before, so I didn't test it. I just assumed. I've just assumed I've done this before. I'm sure it works fine. Next day, check my analytics. I got a few page visits and saw that 3 people actually tried to submit the form, but it didn't work. Weird. I was confused as to why it wasn't working, but then it hit me. There's a setting on my website that blocks form submissions unless you add reCAPTCHA. And of course, I turned that on weeks ago and completely forgot about it. One guy literally had the tab open for like 15 minutes trying to resubmit. 15 minutes trying to resubmit. But couldn't. I lost all of those potential customers. I lost all of those potential customers because of hubris. One guy literally had the tab over 15 minutes trying to resubmit, but couldn't. I lost all of those potential customers purely because of hubris. I lost all of those potential customers purely because of hubris. Moral of the story here is always test everything, even if you've done it 100 times. Sometimes something will break that you would have never even expected. You're building a business too and learning the hard way like me. Follow along. I'm sharing everything I screw up, fix, and figure out. That's a decent script. Let's throw it into ChatGPT again, see if it gives me anything better that I can replace it with. So that's kind of what I mean. Like, most of this was still my words. Like, I used a sentence here and there that I liked. But yeah, it's kind of like partially in the interest of time too, and not trying to make it perfect. Just trying to make it good enough. Sometimes that's all it takes. And sometimes it's horrible. So this doesn't apply to everything. Yeah, I need to fix this new chat. Out of water again? I'm gonna get some more water. The AI aliens have come. They've come to take all of us and probe our buttholes. We need to watch out. Oh, here we go. Okay. This is done. Brain fart. Alright, let's see. Anything that's an improvement. You ever assume something just works? I was reasoning on my website, cleaning layout, resubmit my forms. Don't like that. I set up a page where people could. I set up a form where people could enter their. I set up a form where people could enter their email to get a free training on how to get new clients. I think that sounds better. Kind of like that more. But this, and yeah, because this is, it's shorter than this. That's why it's better. I set up a new form for a free training video on getting new clients, so people could type in their email and get free training. Instead, we could say, I set up a form where people could give me their email to get a free training video on how to get new clients. That sounds a little bit more streamlined. Whoops, I iced all of it. There we go. I've built forms before, so I didn't test it. I've built forms before. I've made forms before. What did this one say? I've built forms before, so I didn't test it. I just assumed. I just thought. Yeah, that thought probably makes more sense. So easier to read. I just thought I've done this before. I'm sure it works fine. Okay. Next day, I checked my analytics. A few people. I got a few page visits, and saw that 3 people actually tried to submit the form, but it didn't work. I prefer my version. I was confused at first. No, but it didn't work. Weird. I was confused as to why it wasn't working, but then it hit me. That's fine. There's a setting on my website that blocks forms. That blocks all forms. Maybe instead of submissions. Probably easier to understand. Forms unless you add reCAPTCHA. And of course, I turned that on weeks ago and completely forgot about it. So the form weeks ago, forgot about it. One guy literally had the tab on 15 minutes trying to resubmit, but couldn't. I lost all of those potential customers purely because of hubris. I lost every one of those leads, not because the offer was bad, because I got cocky and didn't. Nah, that's horrible. Mine's better. Moral of the story here is always test everything, even if you've done it 100 times. Yeah, I prefer my version. Okay, well, there's our script. There is our first script. There we go. That is complete. I'm gonna move this. All right. Is there anything else I have? You know what? I think I'm gonna end stream a little early today. At least I did something. You know, we didn't get much done. Nothing really too strongly business related. I'm just really struggling to focus. And I feel like it's gonna be a little bit boring. So yeah, I'll end it here. Because of that. So yeah, you know, thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Didn't get anything too interesting done today, but we got something. So hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Probably tomorrow, unless I get super mega ill or the AI aliens come to probe my asshole. But yeah, bye.